had a week of snow and ice. This made it too difficult to continue in the camper, so I took a break. In the meantime, the layer I had already applied has dried and looks good for a base coat. I am now going to continue with the rear wall. This wall, because we don't have water in the parking lot here, and because the camper's water storage is empty due to the risk of freezing, I have to work with separated bottles of water. This means that I can only build the wall in stages. Unfortunately, this is slower than I have hoped, but I'm not giving up. Let's continue. Knife. Open the bag. And past time I used not enough water. It dried quick. And then it's not easy anymore to apply. So now I change the way of doing. I use the scale for the powder, and I use, of course, a bottle with water. And then I know how much I need to add, how much water I need to add. And then I get the perfect consistency. So I'm now able to show the end result. It's the first layer. I also did the edges here, the wood, that's all covered. It's not all perfectly because I can still use sandpaper for the stuff to scratch off the edges. But I think already looks better than it was before. I still have to finish the curved part in the back wall. So I go to make some new microcement mixture so I can finish this part. And I still have to finish these parts also. I have to cover it. Well, I don't have to, but I prefer. I think it looks much better if I do so. I'm going to fix that also. And this part was a bit difficult to do because there's an obstacle there. So I have to see what it will become. I couldn't see the down part if it looks okay. I just have to use some sandpaper. The same for this kind of pieces. So it will become smooth eventually, and then I can finish it with the sealant. But overall, I think it looks very nice. It looks very nice. I'm very happy with the end result. It's now the next day, and luckily I now have daylight to finish the walls with the microcement. I discovered that it's called microcement in English, and it's not concrete, or well, sort of. It remains difficult when English is not your everyday language. In any case, I learned something new. Yesterday, I did 2 walls and was too tired to finish it. It was already late, almost at midnight, when I finished the 2 walls. So I will finish it today. They are predicting on the news that another winter storm is coming. So it may snow and freeze again. I am glad I can finish this now. Now the weather is still good enough. After I finished the walls, it can dry. And if the winter storm is coming, it means that I have to wait. If it's dried, I have to seal it with 2 layers of coating. So it will seal the wall for against the water. Once that is done, I can continue with the flooring. Yesterday I did encounter a problem, namely the curved part in the back wall. It's difficult to reach with the spatula because it's quite liquid, the stuff. I'm going to try to use a paint roller for it. It's now a few days later. The microcement is dry and I can sand it smooth. It is important to sand it smooth now, so that the most of the unevenness is removed before applying the sealant. I don't make it completely smooth because I like the rustic effect. At the same time, I am playing around with the camera. I want to show you what I am doing, but the space is so small that the camera tripod quickly gets in the way. After sanding the walls, I remove the dust with a brush and sweep up the powder on the floor so that it doesn't get into the coating. The mixture ratio for this coating is 1:2, so I used about half of both bottles and mixed it well with a wooden stick. I use a smooth paint roller for the coating and not a fur roller because otherwise hair remains behind. This stuff smells very strong. I am used to painting fumes because I used to be a painter, but this coating is much more stronger than I'm used to and unpleasant to breathe in. I used a dust mask for the first coating, and I had opened the door, window and skylight, but it wasn't enough. For the second coating, I ordered a set that included a breathing mask with filters. Incidentally, I discovered that Simcha's hair had gotten into the coating, so I had to sand certain parts and reapply the coating. Well, as you can see, I have hairs inside of the coating, and I cannot remove it by hand, so I have to remove it with sandpaper to sand it off. Unfortunately, that's what you get when you have dogs inside your camper if you are busy with this kind of project. Unfortunately.